What if you are completely wasting your time trying to predict the future? Everyone wants to know what happens next in this crazy economy. Will the stock market crash tomorrow and wipe out your portfolio? Will aggressive inflation destroy your hard-earned savings account? Will artificial intelligence suddenly steal your boring 9-to-5 job next year? You watch endless news channels trying to find the ultimate hidden answer. You constantly stress about global events you cannot possibly control. But what if the secret to wealth is ignoring the future completely? What if the most successful people in the world do the exact opposite? They do not waste precious energy guessing what will change in 10 years. Instead, they build their financial lives around what will never change. If you keep trying to guess the next big trend, you will fail. You will constantly be one desperate step behind the wealthy elites. You will lose your money chasing the latest shiny object and fake gurus. In this video, I am going to shift your financial worldview permanently. I will give you the 3 exact frameworks to build truly unbreakable wealth. You will learn exactly why trying to predict the economy is a total scam. I will show you how raw human nature actually drives the global financial markets. By the end of this video, you will stop fearing uncertainty completely. You will deeply understand the hidden laws of money that absolutely never change. And I will give you the ultimate strategy to survive any future economic disaster. This is not about guessing the next big cryptocurrency pump or tech stock. This is about mastering the timeless principles of absolute personal financial freedom. Pay very close attention, because this specific knowledge will save you a fortune. The book we are breaking down today is Same as Ever. It was written by a brilliant financial mind named Morgan Housel. Why should you listen to him about your money and your future? Because he already wrote The Psychology of Money, which sold millions of copies worldwide. He is a respected partner at a massive investment firm called Collaborative Fund. His personal net worth is estimated to be around $5 million today. But his journey to understanding massive risk started with a horrifying personal tragedy. When Morgan was a teenager, he was skiing with 2 very close friends. They decided to recklessly ski out of bounds on a highly dangerous mountain. Morgan decided to skip the second dangerous run and went back safely inside. His 2 friends went back up the snowy mountain and died in an avalanche. That random split-second decision completely saved his young life that terrible day. It taught him a brutal truth about how incredibly fragile the future actually is. He realized that predicting the future is basically a mathematically impossible task. Instead, he dedicated his life to studying the repeating patterns of human behavior. The first major concept is fiercely focusing on what absolutely never changes. Most people are deeply obsessed with rapid technological progress and economic shifts. They constantly ask what the world will look like in 10 long years. But Housel argues that this is the completely wrong question to ever ask. You should be asking what will be exactly the same in 10 years. Global events and new technologies are wildly unpredictable and change constantly. But fundamental human behavior has not changed at all in thousands of years. People will always be driven by fear, greed, and the deep desire for status. Let us look at a real-world example, like the modern volatile stock market. Technology changes how we rapidly trade, but market crashes still happen the exact same way. When a sudden crash happens, normal people completely panic and sell everything cheaply. When the stock market is incredibly hot, people get greedy and buy at the absolute top. My brutally honest take on this concept is incredibly straightforward and highly actionable. Stop trying to predict exactly what the Federal Reserve will do next month. Instead, aggressively prepare for the fact that people will always panic during an emergency. If you build a robust financial system based on unchanging human behavior, you win. The second major concept is the absolute necessity of a huge margin of safety. Modern society constantly tells you to perfectly optimize your entire daily life. Financial gurus tell you to invest every single penny you have to maximize returns. They confidently say keeping cash on the sidelines is lazy, stupid, and losing to inflation. But Housel proves why this dangerous obsession with optimization is deeply flawed. Because the world is completely unpredictable, maximum optimization leaves absolutely no room for error. If your strict financial plan requires everything to go perfectly, it will inevitably break. You simply cannot predict a sudden medical emergency, a corporate layoff, or massive inflation. History repeatedly shows us that catastrophes always happen suddenly and without any prior warning. That is exactly why you must build a massive margin of safety into your life. This means having vastly more emergency cash than you think you will actually need. It means not taking on maximum bank debt just to buy a much bigger house. A huge margin of safety looks like a terrible waste of money during good times, but it is the only true thing that completely saves you during the bad times. Do not aim to be the richest dead person in the local graveyard. Aim to be the resilient person who can easily survive the worst possible scenarios. This brings us to the most controversial and deeply powerful idea in the entire book. The first strict rule of true happiness is keeping intentionally low expectations. This completely shifts your entire paradigm about modern wealth and flashy success. We are constantly told that more money, nicer cars, and bigger houses bring absolute joy. But Housel exposes the dark, brutal truth about human psychology and extreme wealth. Your daily happiness is literally just your current reality, minus your baseline expectations. The modern competitive world is not actually driven by greed at all. It is driven entirely by deep envy and constantly comparing yourself to other people. When your monthly income doubles, your lifestyle expectations immediately double to perfectly match it. You move to a much richer neighborhood, and suddenly you feel incredibly poor again. You see your wealthy neighbor's new luxury car, and your older car suddenly feels terrible. This is a miserable, endless financial treadmill that completely destroys your mental health. The ultimate hidden superpower in personal finance is knowing exactly when you have enough. If you can aggressively control your rising expectations, you completely control your entire life. You can be incredibly happy with a simple, quiet life and a basic index fund. But if your expectations constantly rise, absolutely no amount of millions will ever save you. This profound idea destroys the toxic hustle culture that keeps you perpetually exhausted and unhappy. So, what is my absolute honest review of Same as Ever today? The absolute best thing about this entire book is how quickly it calms your financial anxiety. Housel beautifully simplifies a massive, chaotic world into highly predictable human behavior patterns. He clearly shows you that crazy, terrifying economic times are actually completely normal historically. Is there a major flaw or something important the famous author completely missed? The book does not give you a step-by-step technical guide to day trading or investing. It is much more of a philosophical mindset shift than a specific tactical stock manual. It relies heavily on engaging short stories instead of deep, complex mathematical data models. But who exactly is this incredible, eye-opening book actually written for? If you are a highly stressed 9-to-5 worker constantly worrying about the economy, read this. If you are desperately tired of fake gurus trying to predict the next market crash, read this. This amazing book is for absolutely anyone who wants to build quiet, truly unbreakable wealth. It beautifully teaches you how to survive pure chaos by fiercely focusing on what remains constant. Now, it is finally time to take complete control of your deeply unpredictable future. Here are 3 highly actionable, completely zero-cost steps you can literally take tomorrow morning. Step 1. Aggressively audit your current financial margin of safety right now. Look deeply at your savings and honestly ask if you could survive a sudden 6-month layoff. Step 2. Identify one major area of your daily life where pure envy is controlling you. Immediately unfollow the toxic social media accounts that make you want to buy useless luxury things. Step 3. Stop obsessively checking the daily financial news and volatile stock prices completely. Focus your precious, limited, Daily energy on timeless human skills that will always be highly valuable. Skills like clear communication, basic sales psychology, and high emotional intelligence absolutely never change. If you genuinely want the full breakdown of this exact wealth building strategy, I have a special gift. Download the completely free PDF summary of this amazing book in the video description below. If this video completely changed your financial perspective, aggressively hit that subscribe button right now. You can also directly buy me a cup of coffee using the simple donation link below. Until next time, keep building your unbreakable systems and strictly focus on what never changes.